When we first got here, I didn't have a job. You know, I was staying at my sister's house in a spare room they have with 2 kids, and I really felt like I was in the way or I was a burden on them because I didn't have anything to contribute to the household. It's hard to feel like you're the person you're just in the way there. Then finally found a job and I don't have anyone to keep the kids. I was trying to go back to school, TSTC, so I had to work nights. And that way the kids slept at the babysitters. We did find a great babysitter through CCPO. And kids were at a babysitter, slept in a bed at night. I picked them up after work, took them to school, and then I can always find a place to sleep. But it's hard to, and I see this at the pantry all the time, it's hard to have to go ask someone for help, especially for those people who have kids or for instance, a woman that came through who's living in her van. And when you go take her groceries out to the van, sure enough, she's got everything she owns in that van and she's got a pallet made there for her to sleep. And she's just like, well, it's really more comfortable than I thought it would be. Well, it's not really more comfortable than you thought it would be because it's uncomfortable and it's scary. And I know because I've been there. I lived in a 2002 Grand Am. Well, it's scary because you don't know who to trust, who to let know, you know, that, I mean, you lie to people because you don't want people to know you're living in a car with kids. You don't want to, you're scared CPS is going to get involved. You know, what if the kids say something at school and CPS comes and takes the kids just because we didn't have a place to go? And it wasn't like I was, you know, blowing my money on gambling and drugs or whatnot. It was, we didn't have it. I do intake, I do the interviews, I work in the back when they're shorthanded. You know, I've had to go to CMA. Years ago, we went to CMA, we had to get food. So, you know, I know how, it's embarrassing. You'll do things for your kids you wouldn't do if it was just you. Well, yeah, it feels good to be able to give back. I think more of the reason I do it is, well, again, because I know how they feel. But it's great to be able to help someone that, you know, they're in the same situation you were in. And you know, talking to them, I can remember, you know, when I had to go to that pantry and I was staying in the car. And
what I love about Darla is her story is so many of the stories that we see. We usually meet people on one of the worst days of their life and they have to ask for something that nobody wants to ask for, and it can be embarrassing or humiliating, and we're usually not the first person they've seen. But what I love about community ministries and what I love that Darla's shown us is that everybody has something to offer. And Darla brings a piece to the food pantry and to Freedom and to Highland that no one else can do. And Darla reveals pieces of Jesus to us that we would miss if she's not a part of our community. And so I see that when Darla serves a meal. I see that when she talks to a client and says, I've been there. I see that when she offers her expertise in the back of the food pantry because she has years of working in the food and service industry. And so community ministries isn't just about helping people like Darla. That's part of our story. But community ministries makes us as a community learn more about Jesus and see who Jesus is. Because I think the more diverse we are and the more people we meet that aren't like us, the more we see God.